Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Mao. Today I'm playing a little bit of Bloodborne. Alright, so now I just want to take things a little bit slow when I'm playing this game. It's been a while since I've last played. I would say a few months minimum. With that being said, I've been playing like almost nothing but Skyrim because I don't need online services to play on Skyrim. And let's just say I am definitely out of practice. Well, I couldn't dodge. I tried dodging through it, but it wasn't fast enough. Whatever. Alright, so I haven't really explained what I wanted to do here. First off, let me try this. Can you actually sneak up behind him? No. Alright, so I wanted to basically, how do I word this? Play the game, I wouldn't say to its fullest because I am going to be skipping Old Yarnum because I hate Old Yarnum. Actually, no, continue how I was. I'm going to be playing the game to its fullest. I can skip Old Yarnum if I want to, but the thing is it's preferable doing speedruns, so I've gotten used to not doing them. But whatever, we're not going to do it. So, you may be asking me, well, how are you going to be playing it to its fullest if you don't even explore one of the areas? And wow, thanks, you should really be dead. I'm going to be mainly like exploring most of the areas, killing most of the enemies, not going for things that I know are there. I'm going to actually kill things and just have fun on the game. Because I haven't played this game in a long time. It's one of my favorite games. And yeah, I want to be able to get back into it a little bit. I don't think I'm going to do all the little quests. I'm going to try to. Like I know for this guy, you have to talk to him, and then you gotta go fight Gascoigne, and you come back, and they'll give you the flame splitter or something. And I don't know why the controller does it sometimes. Let me make sure I have all his dialogues. Alright. So we've gone through all his dialogue options, which means that theoretically we should be good. We shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. Oh, that's me. Alright. For anyone that's wondering, that's how you deal with a mob of enemies without basically killing yourself. Oh, so something I found interesting, right? Because I've been recently looking into like Bloodborne's content and stuff like that, and actually it's pretty neat because ooh, that was close. The lamps used to not be lamps; they used to be like hunters laying down. And I find that actually way cooler than lamps, because you'd wake up the hunter and then I guess in a sense he would pass on into the actual dead realm or something. I'm not too sure. Like I said, it's cut content, they clearly don't use it anymore, but I mean they have the animations, all that for it to like work. Like you wake up the hunter and then you legitimately take his seat to go back to the dream, or I would assume back to the dream. I mean, I don't know. But I find that such a cool concept and cool thing that could have happened that I think should have, personally, my eyes, not my idea. But I guess can't really do so much. It was their choice for making the game. I mean, I did fall in the game, so there has to be a reason behind that. The reasoning is it's an amazing game. Duh. But I still think it'd have been a really cool idea to have, you know, not the lamps, because the lamps, I mean, I think they should work closer to like bonfires in Dark Souls. That's one of the few things I like more in Dark Souls than I do in this game, is because you can take a rest, you can recover all your items in here and all that. Like you can, you know, do all that in Dark Souls, and you can't exactly do that without returning back to the dream and then coming back, which means you need to do 2 cutscenes, or not cutscenes, but load screens, which is just so much for so little. Like if I wanted to refill my blood vials, I shouldn't have to, like, you know, go all the way back and then come back, you know. I should be able to, like, straight up, you know, sit at a lamp and then be able to fix it right then and there. And like I said, that's something I think that Dark Souls does in a better fashion, just because, I mean, they have that. And I mean, kudos to them for that, you know. I mean, same people, but overall, as a full game, I still preferred Bloodborne, always will. Which is kind of weird to me, because I've always enjoyed the more, like, gothic, not gothic, I say gothic because a lot of them, like, Renaissance and all that, since kids are gothic, but I enjoy a lot of medieval and, like, knight stuff. Knights are, like, my thing. And for me, Dark Souls 3, when I was playing it, wasn't all that great. I mean, it was fun, but I don't know, it just didn't have the same flavor of this to me in my eyes. In my eyes, this game just feels so much smoother. It feels so much like I click a button, it kind of happens. I mean, obviously there's, like, a delay of when it happens, and it just feels so fresh. I just feel like this game, wow. We're not going to talk about that. I really didn't think he'd keep comboing me with that torch. Alright, we're back. Yeah, I really didn't think the Mans was going to combo me with a torch like that. I think instead of killing everything again, I'm just going to recover my blood and then run to the next area. I only do that because, I mean, I don't want to go and hunt everything again. Wow, really? Alright. Alright, trying to think while playing. But, I mean, in my opinion, right, like, this is all my opinion. And, I mean, everyone's can have their own opinion. Where's my thing? Can't really see who has it. I'm pretty far from my CP too, so eye glow is going to be a little bit harder to see. I guess I'm just killing everything again. Whatever, it's more blood outcomes for me. I was going to call them souls. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, I've always loved knights. Like, even in For Honor, it's like, oh, everyone picks samurai and Vikings, but me, I immediately picked knights. Knights, in my idea, are, like, way cooler. They're, you know, I don't know, they're just, they ring to me, right? And, I mean, that would make you think that, you know, a game like Dark Souls, based on, like, knights and stuff like that, would be a really good game for me to play. But in reality, it was just so meh. It wasn't gameplay, it wasn't anything like that. It just didn't feel like it does for Bloodborne for me. Like, I get the idea of not, hello? Why do you have him? That's why I couldn't find him. I was looking for a guy with a hat with him. But, sorry. My dog just did something I really wish she didn't do. Let's hope I don't get clapped here. Hold on. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, about like 20 minutes ago, I decided I was going to take my dogs out to use the restroom. Right? I mean, it's a smart idea. Get your dogs to use the restroom before you decide to play any games, whatnot. I was like, alright, cool. I got my dogs to go outside and go to the restroom. But they didn't go to the restroom. So I was like, okay, they must not go. Need to go, right? So I didn't really worry about it. They were outside for about 10 minutes. They were just sitting around playing a little bit. And they weren't doing anything. So I was like, okay, well, apparently they don't need to go. It's been like 30 minutes max since I've been playing this. And my dog just kind of like decided to go pee and like in front of my closet. I didn't mean to do that, but I guess that works out. Alright. This time we killed just about everything. There's probably one or two things that are gonna come back from the alley over there. I'm not too worried about it. I think I got like an extra 1,000 blood echoes because of all this. And I mean, okay, so back to the whole Dark Souls versus Bloodborne for me. So people might argue with the whole like, oh well, if you like Bloodborne more, and it's because well, let me say this. I couldn't get myself to finish Dark Souls all the way through. I stopped at the Dancer of the Boreal Valley, which really was like, I stopped at the last boss. Like literally, the boss after that, I think, is just Prince Lothric, the brothers, and then I was done. I seriously stopped there, and I just couldn't get myself to go fight it. I beat the Dancer, and I went on to the next area. I don't remember what it was called. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you played it, you would know, but I didn't play it enough to remember. Basically, I had to stop. I just could not consider myself really into it at the time. And I mean, yeah, take it how you will. I mean, if you want to say that I only like this game more, it's because this game is more probed to noobs, which I really don't see. I think this game, in my opinion, is way more fast-paced and difficult because of it. I feel that a lot of the bosses have a lot of like a lot of openings they don't really use. I don't feel like this game makes you feel that you're overpowered or underpowered at any given point. Maybe if you consider like later on in the game, if you over level. But in that case, you're over leveled. Obviously, you can be a bit stronger, and I mean, you're still 100% chance of you losing a fight with a boss, even if you're over leveled or anything like that, or even in the area. Same goes for any Souls game. If you want to be real, you can be over leveled in any scenario situation, and you could still die easily in any situation. And I mean, you can ask any Souls player for that. Like, hold on. I don't like this. I really don't like these guys. Oh. I'd rather not risk it with these guys at all. That's why I pick up the oil urns and I use them right then and there, because I do not want to risk it even remotely. I could use them for the not Bloodstarved Beast, but Cleric Beast up ahead. But I'd much rather get rid of these guys just because they follow you all the way over here. And I mean, you could trap them in the on the doorway over here, this doorway down here, you could trap them right there and you could just keep killing them. But my opinion is it's way better to not worry about it. But I mean, to add on to everything, right, in Dark Souls, the other thing I feel that Bloodborne does right is the selection of weapons. Everyone argues that Dark Souls is so much better because there's so many more weapons to choose from. But in my opinion, it's like the selection doesn't make it better. Sure, there's a couple of cool weapons in there that you probably would never get inside this game because, I mean, well, it's in that game and this game has unlimited weapons. But in this game, each weapon basically counts as 2 because each weapon has like 2 whole different sets of attack like stands, I guess. And I mean, it makes the weapons really useful. And I mean, theoretically too, it's like there are some weapons, like especially the Saw Cleaver, I can have a transform mode and still have my pistol, which is amazing. And Dark Souls, I mean, I don't think there's any transform modes in Dark Souls where you still have your shield out. And that's another thing. The whole gameplay with the shield, in my opinion, is kind of not great. I don't want to say it's bad. I don't find it bad. I just don't find it great. I don't feel the gameplay of needing to block an attack, then, you know, once that attack blocked, get your couple hits in and then block and then roll or something, whatever, right? It's like a lot of Dark Souls is waiting for your opportunity to do your attack. In Bloodborne, a lot of the game of you playing is you making your own opportunity to attack. A lot of it. Usually when you want to roll out of a situation or dash out of a situation, you're getting yourself in a better situation to attack. You're not usually trying to get yourself out of a situation to heal, because a lot of the times backing up in a situation against a lot of these beasts get you in a situation of getting hit even more, because a lot of them have attacks that take them forward. And I mean, in reality, it's like, and I mean that goes for the same almost any Souls game, if you want to be real though, where it's like a lot of players want to make sure they back off from an attack instead of heading forward into it. But I mean, I could talk about that for a year, because like I said, Souls games all around always do that. Whoops. Well, that was weird. I'm gonna take the parry for some reason. Oh, an extra oil urn. That'll be useful for when I fight what's his face? Beastman. Cleric Beast. Some of y'all thought I met Mr. Gascoigne. So what I'd like to do before fighting any of the bosses, especially in this, is to go around and get all the bloodstone shards I can to level up my weapon as much as I can, to get all the blood echoes I can get, so I can level up a little bit, and also increase my hold on, I'm trying to see where this guy is. Sometimes he moves. But I like to increase my like chances of, you know, winning fights without having to like put too much into, what am I trying to, too much into luck or rely on skill too much. Basically, I like to overlevel myself so I know I have a better chance of winning fights. And I mean, like I said, it's completely an optional thing. If you don't want to do that, if that's not your playstyle, you don't have to at all. You can go in level 1 if you want. You can go in, well, I guess blood level 4 is the lowest level. And to add on top of everything for the whole, I'm sorry about my dogs, I can't do much about them. My whole debate between the two is, it really does end because of my first playthrough of Dark Souls kind of was a bad one, because I don't remember which class I chose, but I remember the weapon being garbage, and I remember trying to stick with the weapon for a bit to see if I could get used to it, see if that was the issue. And I mean, I guess in the end it kind of was the issue because I couldn't get used to it. But also, I relied so much on that weapon, and to the point where it was like, I have already upgraded to such a far point. Is there any point to switching to a different weapon or something? You know what I mean? It's like, if I switch now, I'm gonna be an underleveled weapon, and I'm gonna be doing less damage than, you know, what I'm supposed to be doing already. And then to add on top of everything, I couldn't get used to the roll time difference. I mean, like I said, this game is a much faster paced game, and I think that's why I like it a lot. It's because it's fast paced gameplay. But in my opinion, Dark Souls is slower gameplay. I just can't get used to it. The entirety of Dark Souls, a lot of it is take your hits where you can, and that's it. You know, be defensive, hardcore defensive player. I'm not gonna grab that item over there. And I mean, I can get that. I can understand it pretty heavily, but I can't do it myself. I don't know how I didn't go through that without taking a single bit of damage, but I'm a god. I just can't play that type of game. And I mean, to me, it's not worth playing. It's not all that great playing. I don't find it fun to sit there, attack once or attack twice, and then I thought it was alive. I thought I like saw it look up. Oh, an extra 10 bullets. Oh, hi, rat. It's not all that fun, in my opinion, to sit there, attack once or twice, maybe 3 times. 3 if you're lucky. 3 is pushing it, right? And then take your 1 or 2 attacks and then go back on the defensive hardcore. And in my opinion, that is so boring, and I just get tired of it fast. These dogs over your like, they're not chewing, they're just biting my clothes. I don't want them to tear it up because I don't have a lot of clothes as it is. But I mean, I just feel that Dark Souls, in my opinion, again, my opinion, is nowhere near as good. And I mean, the only people I've heard talk, like, say that Bloodborne's better, in a lot of cases, they usually refer to the story and the lore of Dark Souls, saying, oh, it's so much better. And I was like, yeah, granted, they've had 3, kind of 4 if you count Demon Souls, which, by the way, it's part of the game. By the way, I'm doing this so when I fight Gascoigne, I can slap him. But it's like, yeah, they've had 3, and if you consider Demon Souls, which you should, by the way, because they are, I think it's before everything in Dark Souls, if I'm not wrong. Which theoretically means they had 4 games to, like, you know, envelop their lore, their game, and all that within it, and you're, you know, judging Bloodborne based on 1 game? Really? How does that make that fair? You know what I'm saying? And I've said, it's like, yeah, sure, you're not wrong. I'm like, I tell them, I'm like, you're not wrong. I'll grant you that, 100%. You know, but it's like, you're also saying, it's like, who would win in a fight? This rookie who had, you know, a total of like 5 matches in his entire life, or, you know, Mayweather? Chances are you're gonna say Mayweather, because Mayweather is bound to win that fight. You know what I'm saying? He statistically speaking would win that fight. And then not even just that, it's like overall he would win. He has way more, you know, experience in that situation. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna fall straight down and I was gonna be so upset. I did not want to go all the way down there because I was gonna die from the fall, for 1, and then 2. By the way, these guys, like, these specifically, these, they're the ones you learn how to parry against. The ones with the pikes are the ones you get good with parrying at. I'm not saying they're hard to parry. I'm just saying they're a little bit harder than these. These, like, you can miss the parry and you can still perfectly hit it. Oh, sorry, I hit the hiccups. Does L3 not do anything? I felt like it did something. Dope. I think that, no, I still need like 1 or 2 more. Don't fall. Alright. Sorry about the dogs, by the way. Oh, that hurt. Alright, I'm not done yet. I still have a couple more things. I'm not going to kill these guys because they take a lot of damage and, well, frankly, they just take a lot of damage. I ain't too worried about them. But, I mean, for the whole Dark Souls versus Bloodborne argument, like I said, everyone has their own personal takes on them, on which they like better. A lot of it is personal preference. And for me, this whole, like, because it goes from, like, a, you know, basic gothic horror story to a hardcore cosmic horror story. And it does it in such a flip of a dime. You didn't really expect it too much. It's just like, oh, find this blood, do this, do that. And then, bam, it hits you in the back of the head when you get around, like, Bergenworth, right? You see that things are happening in Bergenworth where it's like, okay, now I really need to pay attention to what's going on because stuff is going on. And my opinion, I've never seen Dark Souls really do anything that heavy. It's like the third act in this game hits so hard because it's such an unexpected thing. While in Dark Souls, especially Dark Souls 3, your task was simple. Find the 5 Lords of Cinder, defeat them, make them come and take their spot to, you know, reignite the flame. Okay, simple enough. What happens? You find 5 main bosses, a bunch of side bosses, like too many. Oh, I don't want to die. Not to these guys, they're too thick. Don't attack at the same time. Alright. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna do. These guys are gonna make me use all my blood vials, and I'm not gonna do it. I shouldn't even fought him as much as I did. Alright. Ah! Oh, that was a mistake. What I find wild though is my first time fighting Cleric Beast. I beat Cleric Beast without getting touched. Right? And now I can't even really do too much against her. I also missed that visceral in the beginning. It didn't let me grab it once I got close enough anyways, but I know I was too late anyways. I can't really complain about that. That was 100% me, period. Alright, get out of there. There we go. A lot easier. I shouldn't have done what I did in the first place. I made it a lot harder on myself for no reason whatsoever. I'm gonna head back to the lamp and get more Molotov real quick. No, that is annoying. Oh my god, the game screwed me. I hate when the game does that. Wait, so if you weren't in the know, as notes go, alright, I should be good for another fight anyways. Basically, simply put, the game screwed me because I hit the old what's it called, music box. I hit the backstab, but it wouldn't let me take the visceral from the backstab. It instead did a melee for some reason. And usually it's based on if you're locked on or not, and I was locked on. I'll probably either do a replay of the clip so I can show y'all what I'm talking about, but basically saying game screwed me. This game's BS. Top 10 reasons why Dark Souls 3 is better. Not kidding. Look, they take so long now. I don't know why. Why? Alright, well, I've lost so far in both boss fights once. Let's see if I can get it this time. I need to go grab that the blood echoes, actually. Don't do the stupid thrust. Alright, do the stupid thrust. I was too scared to continue the onslaught of them right there. I don't know why I was so scared right there, but I was. I did not want to risk it. Also, I do not have enough blood echoes to do what I want to do. Big sad moments. I need 10,000 to open up the gate. I can get 10,000, but don't know how exactly right now. I just have to go kill some things. Oh, so far, both fights I have died once and then killed him the second time. Actually, this fight was such a good fight though. Like, if that was if this was a speed run for that fight, that would have been amazing. That fight was like a minute long, tops. Most speedrun Gascoigne fights are like a minute 30 or something like that. Alright. That means I can put in this little weak gem that I have. Hey, Lucy. Lucy. I'll let my dogs out of the room. Come on, go outside. Let's go outside. Go. One out. Go. Alright, I'm back. So, talk to my main mans. Alright, just so we can let people know. Pull up. Oh. Oh, that hurts. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop messing around. Is the kidnapper already here? It should be, I think. No, he's not here yet. If I'm being real though, I couldn't see this way anyways. I could not tell if he was here or not. So I could have just ran right into him right there. My like screen's like really dark. Like when an area is dark, it's just unseeable for me. Oh my god, hold on. Whoa. Hello, game? I think my parrying thing is messed up or something. I don't know. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that again. My dogs are like... Let me go into my... So, well, the whole situation goes is me and my two other friends moved in together. We got our own house and all that. Dogs are like, let me go into the room that actually doesn't own us. One of my other friends owns one of the dogs and the other one's mine. And the dogs are like, the one guy that doesn't own us, yeah, let's go in his room. And yesterday or someday they pooped in his room. Actually, I think both of them did too. And the thing is like you can't just shut the door. Like that's not the only way. That doesn't keep them out. The door just kind of opens by slightly pushing it. So they slightly push it and they just don't give up because they open it instantly. And it's so annoying to deal with. Also, these guys are like the true like if you want to learn how to parry, use these guys type of guys. I tried to demonstrate there, but I didn't. Because their parrying opportunity, I think, don't quote me on this, I think is the highest out of the entire game. Which, for anyone that doesn't know, understand what that means. Basically, these boys do big time open, like, mess up. That was horrible, but yeah. After I beat Vicar Amelia, I think I'm gonna be done recording for the day, but also it gives me a good time to open door for puppers. I wonder, does this open the door? No. I was really hoping that the game realized that I had the handkerchief, so I was like, oh yeah, open the door, no problem. But I feel like Vicar Amelia is a good place to stop it. See what I'm saying? I think something's wrong with the game's parrying system for me right now or something. Hello? Oh, I have to go this way around, I remember. I have to go the danger zone. Because, I mean, I don't know what it is exactly, but it's not working for me. If this is the case where I have to go this way, I'm gonna go get, fire paper. I'm not gonna kill these guys because this area is just stupid dangerous. Oh, Vicar Amelia is so much easier with beast blood pellets. Alright. gave us fire paper. I want to go until I get beast blood pellets, but I don't know exactly how far in it takes for me to get beast blood pellets, so I'm gonna do it, but don't expect a lot. I'm not going to fight you. Ah, didn't get it. Alright, the issue is I don't get you don't usually get beast blood pellets until like the very end of the level. Alright, that's enough to level up my weapon to the final stage. I'm trying to think where I get beast blood pellets from, other than like the finish line. I honestly don't know, because if it's the finish line, then I might as well, you know, beat the boss. I guess I would just go through it normally. I mean, I hate this area with a passion. In my opinion, it's the worst area in the game. Not like because it's bad, just because I hate it. It's so painful. And for the fact that it's almost a mandatory, I say almost because it's not a fully mandatory thing to do. Like it's either do this or do Cleric Beast. Hello? Right? And if you do Cleric Beast, you have to spend the 10,000 like I had to, which means a lot of early game levels is gone. Just like that. Like that's at least 4 or 5 early game levels. That's just disappeared because I had to use it to get the mark or the Hoonters or the whatever it's called. But if I continue this, that means that was completely useless and I just spent money where I shouldn't have. Unless these would be split pellets. Nope. I really don't know where any are. I'm gonna try to do the skip. If I can get the skip done, then I'm not gonna worry about it. Alright, well, I'll get the skip done. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate. This area is pretty dangerous. I don't remember if these are level 2 or not. They're not. Whatever. See what I'm saying? The boss is right here. I might as well fight it. That's the last one, not what I wanted to equip. That's what I wanted to equip. It should be slightly easier than normal because I have extra levels and stuff like that than usual when I fight this. Easy. Like I said, I'm much higher level than I usually am when I fight this boss. So then you might be asking me, Dank Boy, wouldn't that mean that you just wasted 10 grand for that little hunter mark chief emblem thing? And to your expense, yes, I did. Because I completely forgot about Beast Blood pellets, and I should have taken the route of going through that anyways. Like I said, I'm not going to do that area fully. I was planning on doing it fully later on, whenever I was a higher level and all that. But, yeah, game decided that it wasn't a better choice later. I'm going up here for the Radiant Badge. Is there a chest in here? No. I wanted that so I can get more fire paper if I need it. Because there's a high chance I will. Where's the door? Did I miss it? No. Is it this one right here? It is this one right here. Whoa, that was close. Oh, I went too far. Oh, I didn't. So, the benefit of speedrunning, people who speedrun going through this area is, well, none of this matters to them. It matters to me because I just want it all. What matters is the set of clothing down here. I didn't do it. But that clothing right there sells for, I think, 35,000, which is insane, especially because you can get it after your second main boss fight. Theoretically, I should survive. There should be free souls right there, right? Yeah. I said souls. Oh god, what have I turned into? Let me go open this door just in case. You know how many times I've forgot to open this door and then lost this fight up ahead? Like twice. I didn't get the 6 blood vials like I wanted to. The giant usually isn't only down there. I want to be full health when I start this fight. I messed this up bad. I dodged hardcore. Woo! I was so scared I lost that. Jesus. I was like 100% I lost. This is a GG. I can't do anything about this fight. And that just pulled it out of me. I was like, nah. I got this. Alright. One last thing before I end this. I'm gonna go level up and whatnot. Alright. To show you what I mean, let's go over here. Sell items. I'm at 59,000 now. We'll go ahead and sell the old rags too. Let's get as close to 60. I don't know if that's worth selling. Oh, you didn't start saying it, you faggot. Alright. First off, let's give her this. That's not right. I hate when it does this. I hate it. Alright, tier stone, which isn't too bad for the start, whatever. 20. I guess 20. 19. Yeah, actually 25, 19. Because I think it scales up better off of a strength than it does yeah, it scales better off of strength than it does dexterity, or not dexterity, but you know what I mean, skill. So it's much better to use that than the other one. I'll buy 5 paper. I don't need the gas coin set. You could buy that and sell it, but I'm good. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna leave this episode here. If actually, I am gonna do that because I'm low on blood vials. I just noticed. If you notice, I'm at 15. When you enter the list, you should be at max if you have max. I mean, it's not too big of an issue. You just buy a bunch of clothing. And you just sell it. Then you just purchase blood vials. It's not a lot, but it's honest work. Alright guys, I'm in this episode here. If you guys enjoyed that or enjoyed any of this, make sure to hit the like button down below. If not already, please do subscribe. My name is Mao. Peace.